It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey there, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime, showtime. Hey, the Geno Jones Show. So I come to you live. Now, my normal days and start times are Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, right about now, 5:31. Out on the West Coast, out in LA or San Francisco, Oakland, the Bay Area, up in Portland or Seattle, it's about 3:30, 3:31, 3:30, something like that. So, subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, make it go viral. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, binge watch all my back episodes. Please leave your comments in the comment section if you are watching me live, like I do every day. You can have a conversation with me. I have a chat room, a live chat room that is open 24/7. Well, let me correct that. So the chat room is open when I'm on camera live. However, the Geno Jones Show is available 24/7, 365. Any and all of my episodes, all my great guests from Mr. Big, Ronald Isley, to Lettucey, to Kenny Lattimore, to Howard Hewitt, to October London and Roy Chip Anthony, Melvin Riley, my man's got a new song, lead singer, Ready for the World, Lenny Williams, so many folks, I can't even, all these new Southern Soul stars, everybody, and a whole lot more. So once again, shout out to everybody. I see folks watching me live. So don't forget to jump in my chat room if you have a question or comment, want me to shout somebody out. Maybe somebody you know is having a birthday, like Kadeem Hardison, Dwayne Wayne. So if you were a big fan of the TV show back in the 80s, A Different World, I was a huge fan. It really just made the whole HBCU college life so cool. My man Dwayne Wayne was his character, Kadeem Hardison, and he's currently on Showtime's The Chi. He's a professor. So Kadeem Hardison, 59 today. Pretty Ricky Fox, that's what the ladies call him. That's what they tell me anyway. Rick Fox, former NBA baller. I know he won at least 2 championships with the Lakers. He was on the Shaq and Kobe teams in the early, like 2000, 2001. He may have got 3. I know he was on the first 2 teams that won in 2000, 2001, and then again in 2001. Then he's an actor. He was in the movie, remember the movie with Denzel and Ray Allen? Speaking of NBA ballers, he got game. So Rick Fox was in that. He was in Meet the Browns. Been in so many TV shows, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. Let's see here. What was it? He was in, in Harlem. You know, I think it streams on, what platform is it? Netflix? So those who watch Harlem, you know you see him on there. Let's see, The Game, he was on The Game. So Rick Fox, double nickel, 55 today. Happy birthday, Ricky Fox. Speaking of great, I could make an argument, the greatest hitter ever. He is the all-time Major League Baseball home run leader, 762 home runs. Listen, miss me with the performance enhancement. We're not having that conversation. I'm just not today. All right. 2001, 7-time most valuable player. Actually, I met him when I was doing radio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back in the early 90s. That's when he played for the Pirates. Then he went and played for the San Francisco Giants, where his dad, Bobby Bonds, and his godfather, the greatest baseball player all around, all time, Willie Mays, played for the San Francisco Giants. So I'm talking about my man Barry Bonds, the big 60 today, 60. In 2001, he hit 73 home runs. I remember watching that year. It was so exciting. I loved it. Happy birthday, Barry Bonds. And speaking of NBA ballers, we were just talking about Rick Fox, the mailman. And I remember Scottie Pippen told Karl Malone they were in the NBA Finals, and I think game 6 was on a Sunday. And he walked up to the mailman. He said, "The mailman don't deliver on Sunday, pimping." Karl Malone, 60 today. So happy birthday to Karl Malone, a man with a complicated past. I'll just leave it at that for now. So, shout out to Coco Gauff, tennis superstar. She's only 20. You know, she's a Grand Slam winner. She was selected to be one of the flag bearers to represent the women of Team USA for all the teams, along with LeBron James, who was selected to represent the men to be the flag bearers. So that means they'll be carrying in when all the athletes come into the stadium on Friday in Paris, the Summer Olympic Games. I think some of the events started today, but officially the opening ceremony is going to be Friday night, and when all the athletes walk in, I love it. So you'll see Coco Gauff carrying an American flag, and you'll see Mr. LeBron James, who's been balling out. He has saved Team USA. Y'all got to get y'all ish together. Man, really, y'all took them brothers from South Sudan y'all took them lightly, and almost bit you in the ass. But LeBron came in like Captain America. Oh, by the way, you know, the new Captain America is black. So I guess LeBron James could play Captain America, because he played Captain America the last two games that Team USA played. They were exhibition games, but nonetheless. So shout out to Coco Gauff. She's going to be the first U.S. tennis player and the youngest flag bearer ever for America. And LeBron James, 39, playing like he's like 26, 29, 39 going on 29, because it's amazing what he is doing on the court. So I love the opening ceremonies. Shout out to Team USA, everybody from the track and field athletes, Noah Lyles and the whole all the guys, the fellas, Sha'Carri Richardson, the ladies doing their thing. Shout out to Simone Biles and the women's gymnastics team. So you know Simone Biles and those ladies are going to kick ass. So I look forward to the Olympics every 4 years. So in the city, Paris, they say Gay Paris, France. Hey, it's a beautiful city. Got to check out Paris one day soon. Now let me talk about Mr. Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry, man, basically told y'all can kick rocks and kiss his behind. So Tyler Perry sat down with Keke Palmer for like a show or a podcast. And so there's been so much for years. People have been talking about Tyler Perry movies, like stereotypical. They show black people in a negative light. You know, it's always the same thing. You know, somebody got to come in and save, women, dysfunctional relationships, ratchet, stereotypical. A lot of that criticism Tyler Perry has been listening to for years. I mean, are the famous directors and filmmakers like Spike Lee. So Keke Palmer asked him about it. So I guess Tyler Perry said, look, I done had enough of all of y'all. So, and he had a couple of quotes that they were very interesting, so I need to pass. I just wanted to share them with you, and so you could hear for yourself. He said, first, talking about all the criticism about his movies, and then, some of the actors, because they say and the scripts are poor, he needs to pay more people, or pay people, even more qualified people, pay them some real money, because that's also been a knock that Tyler Perry really doesn't pay his employees, be his actors or writers or whatever, which is why a lot of people, a significant number, I should say, feel that the storylines, the scripts are inferior. But anyway, Tyler Perry's like, all right, what we're not going to do is do this anymore. So he told Keke Palmer that if you let somebody talk you out of a place God has put you in, you are going to find yourself in hell. Then he went on to say, for everybody, for all the critics, for everyone that's a critic about his movies and storylines and everything else, he says there are thousands, literally. He said, there are thousands. I have thousands of emails from people saying that this or his movies has saved their lives because they can relate to the characters and the storylines in the movie. Then he went on to say, he called them like the bourgeois, black folks. Who are you to say which black stories are important or which black story should be told. Get out of here with, and I'm quoting here again, get out of here with that bullshit. Tyler Perry cussing folks out. He's like, look, enough is enough. What we're not going to do is we're not going to do this. So, all right. Shout out to, once again, let me shout out to everybody watching live. Of course, my number one fan, my executive producer, my mother, and everybody. So if you're watching me live, and I know you are, just jump in my chat room. Just post your name to say, hey, Geno, this is so-and-so. I'm watching, we in the hair salon watching you, or the barber shop, or at the job. You know, we're in the break room. I took a break. Folks are looking at you I got you on my phone or my tablet or on my computer at work or wherever. Because some of these jobs got them firewalls. I know it's hard, but you know, you got your own tablet or your own smartphone. Check it out there, all right? So, and we can have a conversation. I'll be more than happy to shout you out. Okay, now, I want to pick up where I left off yesterday. Let me shift gears. Let me make a hard pivot here. Sonya Massey. I want you to know her name. I want you to say her name. And I want you to know her story if you already don't know her story. Sonya Massey was a 36-year-old mother of two. Black woman living in Springfield, Illinois, which is about 200 miles southwest of Chicago. So it was close to 3-hour drive somewhere. It's about 200 miles southwest of Chicago. So Sonya Massey was a 36-year-old mother of two. Small, diminutive. You know what diminutive means? Diminutive. Small in stature. Only 5'1", about 110 pounds, slight, you know, had like a little house coat on, and look at, she had some pajamas, look at, it was blue or purple, some pants on, and had like a little bonnet or whatever. So Sonya Massey believes that she hears some prowlers around her house. So Sonya Massey calls the police for Sangamon County. Sangamon County is the county that Springfield, Illinois is in. So she calls the Sangamon County Sheriff. And initially, the initial call, 2 sheriffs, including, and I'm not going to even give him the dignity of referring to him as a sheriff. I'm going to refer to him as one of Satan's agents. Evil, demonic spirit. Sean Grayson. Now this is 6'5". Sean is 6'5", 260 pounds. Comes in the house. First, they talk outside. Because if you look at the body cam at the beginning, you see this former police officer, this Satan's disciple, Satan's agent, Sean Grayson, tower. He is towering over Sonya Massey. She goes in the house. I guess they want to see ID. This is her house. She called the police. Like, y'all not walking around looking for prowlers? She in a house coat? You thought she broke in her house with a damn house coat on and like pajamas and like a bonnet? Really? Really? Sean Grayson? To go in the house. So Sonya Massey's looking for ID. Then one of the officers tells her to go, you might want to take the hot water, so she's got a pot with hot water boiling. So one of the officers, I think it was the demon seed, Sean Grayson himself, that says, and you can hear this on the body camera, like you might want to turn that hot water off because we don't want a fire. And then the energy shifts. And then he starts cursing at Sonya Massey. And shortly after that, and all this takes place in less than a minute and a half, everything from when she's sitting on the couch to where they tell her to go in and take the pot the pot with boiling hot water to move it off the eye so it won't burn and you have a fire in the kitchen. And so she does that. And then Sean Grayson starts cursing at her and tells her to, like, he's acting like she's going to throw this hot water. Now, he told her to go and cut this hot water off. Now, Sonya Massey, at no time does she lift the pot up, act like she's going to throw it. She doesn't walk toward the officer. As a matter of fact, Sean Massey, there's an open, so her kitchen and like family room, living area is an open area, but there's a countertop. So Sean Massey, this murderer, and he was charged with murder, walks around the countertop to get closer to Sonya Massey and tells her to drop it or I'll shoot you in the effing head. And you see her, Sonya Massey's cowering down. I'm sorry. Now, I don't even know why she's apologizing, because she didn't do anything. And then Sonya Massey, her spirit, she saw, it's clear that she realized that she was dealing with an evil, hateful, racist, misogynistic, sexist, bigoted, demonic spirit. Because the final words Sonya Massey says before she is executed, and it was an execution. She was shot 3 times, and she was shot under 1 bullet wound in her head. So Sonya Massey's last words on this earth was to Sean Grayson, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. The woman sensed, her spirit sensed a spirit of danger, a spirit of evil, a spirit of hate, a spirit of murder. She picked up on that spirit, that evil, hateful, murderous spirit, and she tried to rebuke him. She asked Jesus, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. But unfortunately, Jesus didn't protect her. And Sonya Massey was executed. And then to make it worse, after this woman is bleeding, blood gushing from her head, from a head wound, there's another officer who turns to go and get first aid. And this evil, demonic spirit named Sean Grayson tells him not to do it. Initially, no need. It's a head wound. She's not gonna come back. Then he said, well, it's up to you if you want to go, but it's too late. It's a head wound. The woman is lying there, bleeding to death. And this evil, demonic spirit didn't try to get any first aid to possibly save her life. As a matter of fact, he stops the other officer on the call with him in the house. He stops him from going to render first aid. Really? And then shortly after, you see Sean Grayson and some other officers outside. And Sean Grayson's words, his description of Sonya Massey, who he executed because she called him and his partner, the Sangamon County sheriffs, whose salary is paid by people like Sonya Massey. And what he says about Sonya Massey, and I'm quoting, the effing bitch was crazy. The effing, you know what the F stands for. The effing bitch was crazy. That's what that evil, demonic, satanic spirit said. Now he's been charged with murder. But then we find out that Sean Grayson, in the last 4 years, the job that he had before he was fired as a Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy, he had other security law enforcement jobs and lost those jobs. Charged with DUI, 30 years old, 6'5", 260 pounds. But remember, if Orange Hitler gets in office, as I segue to this election here in 2024, when I say it's a choice between your freedom and your oppression, I mean that. Because according to Orange Hitler, aka Donald Trump, in Project 2025, it's in there, 922 pages. Oh, by the way, you might have to call somebody that's already downloaded it, because a funny thing has happened recently. Because, basically the white Christian nationalists were so bold with their plan to take America back to the Jim Crow era and to the suffrage era, where women had no rights, couldn't sign a contract, couldn't take out a loan, couldn't get a line of credit, couldn't purchase a home without a man. Project 2025 said that one of the things that this MAGA cult will do if they get back in power is basically to give police like full immunity. They already have something called qualified immunity, to where you cannot sue them personally. You can't go after their pension. You can't go after their home. It's called qualified immunity, which we were trying to get rid of. Many people who wanted police reform, when George Floyd was executed, choked out with a knee by Derek Chauvin, who's in prison now, people were calling to remove qualified immunity. But Orange Hitler and Project 2025, they're like, no, we want to give full immunity. Damn qualified immunity, F that. We want to give police officers full immunity. So demonic satanic spirits with a gun and a badge, like Sean Grayson, who executed a woman in her home after she called Sean Grayson and Sean Grayson's partner, whose salary was paid by taxpayers, like Sonya Massey. She called for them to serve and protect her because she was afraid. She thought she heard a prowler. She calls the police for help. And one of the police officers, and I use that term loosely, I don't even want to dignify police officers by calling them one, executed the woman right there in her kitchen, in her home. When I say this election, it's not a personality, it's not about personalities, it's not about people, it's not about political parties. It's a choice between your freedom and your family's freedom, and your oppression and your family's oppression. Because these people that have put together Project 2025 plan to dismantle the entire federal government, to have a national abortion ban, to imprison women who get an abortion and the doctors, to ban birth control, to ban IVF, to get rid of the Department of Education. So that means they'll get rid of all public schools, no federal funding, no federal money. So you want to get rid of the Department of Education, so public schools will virtually shut down because they won't be able to get any money. But what they do want to do for young people is require young people to take a military entrance exam. And they also, part of Project 2025, is to get rid of child labor laws. 9 or 10-year-old, they don't need to be in school. They need to be working. No labor protections, 9, 10, 11-year-olds. Put them in the factories, put them to work. All that was part of the Jim Crow era, suffrage area. Just one of so many things. You've heard me talk about it. Localize, or I should say, nationalize local police. So what does that mean in Project 2025? That they want, instead of using local police, like the Sean Grayson, Oh, he's not enough of a threat and a evil demonic spirit. Project 2025 will send in the National Guard, the military. They'll send in the Marines, Army Rangers to shoot peaceful protesters. And because of this Supreme Court, if a president issues an order like that, it's an official act. If President Orange Hitler declares an official act to shoot, to send the military, the Marines and the Army and the National Guard into Chicago or Detroit or Newark or New York or Atlanta or Houston or New Orleans or Birmingham or Los Angeles or Oakland or Seattle or Portland or Milwaukee or Detroit or Minneapolis or Cleveland or Philly or DC. If you have peaceful protest like we did during 2020 after the murder, the execution of George Floyd, because Orange Hitler asked his defense secretary, Mark Esper, back in 2020, he told him, he said, well, actually he asked, can't we just shoot them? Can't we just shoot peaceful protesters? Because I don't like this Black Lives Matter and they're thugs and terrorists. That was the sentiment. That was what this other demonic spirit was saying, Orange Hitler. And Mark Esper, the defense secretary at the time, said, no, in America, we do not shoot peaceful protesters. Peaceful, unarmed protesters. They do have something called the First Amendment. They have a right, a constitutional right. The First Amendment gives them freedom of speech. Oh, by the way, part of Project 2025, Orange Hitler wants to basically to shred, tear up, to end the Constitution, to suspend the Constitution, to rip it up, rip it to shreds, suspend it, get rid of it, throw it out. No more Constitution. Blank the Constitution. He said himself, he would be a dictator on day one. So Sonya Massey, say her name, don't forget her name. So when Vice President Kamala Harris, and her name is pronounced Kamala, like a comma, la. Comma, you know what a comma is? Comma, la. And it's Vice President Kamala Harris. When Vice President Harris becomes President Kamala Harris, we have to make sure that the President Kamala Harris, instructs the Senate and the House of Representatives. We already have a George Floyd bill already ready. We just need to get the signatures. So that means we got to get rid of what they call the filibuster, which means you got to have 60 senators to vote to approve a bill. Get rid of that. That issue is outdated. You got 51 senators to vote to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, to get rid of qualified immunity. That's got to be a part of it. And for the Democrats to take control of the House of Representatives, where you can get the votes in the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate. That's what we got to do. Sonya Massey, 36-year-old, mother of two, a son 17, a daughter 15, a dad who loved her, mom, family. And Sean Grayson, 6'5", 260 pounds, had all the energy of a MAGA cult leader. You could see it, and she saw it. Sonya Massey, she saw that evil spirit, which is why she called out to Jesus, and she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I just don't know why Jesus didn't save her. That's a whole different conversation. Say her name. And contact the Sangamon County. So Springfield, Illinois is in Sangamon County. So here's an easy Google search. Everybody that's watching this show, live or whenever you watch it, on demand at your convenience. Google the Sangamon County DA's office and call the DA. Blow his phone up. Get the email. You can get it off the Sangamon County's website. As a matter of fact, find out who the mayor is of Springfield, Illinois. And tell him to make sure that he fires Jack Campbell, who is the sheriff of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. Because Jack Campbell hired a man who's not even human, Sean Grayson, this was like his 6th police job or law enforcement job. In 4 years, he couldn't keep a job. Disciplinary issues and a DUI. In spite of that, Jack Campbell, you hired this demon, Sean Grayson. So Jack Campbell, who is the sheriff, he was the boss, even though Jack Campbell or somebody fired Sean Grayson. But the sheriff has to be held accountable. At the end of the day, you hired this person, and you knew he had disciplinary issues. It was his 6th law enforcement job in 4 years. You know, he had a DUI conviction, and you hired him. And you ignored the evil, you saw it and you looked the other way, or you were too blind or dumb or stupid. I'm sorry, I'm just calling it like it is. Because a woman, an innocent woman, lost her life in her own home, in her own kitchen, because she called one of your sheriff's deputies to protect her because she thought there was a prowler outside of her house. And instead of protecting her, one of your former officers, Sean Grayson, executed the woman. So your ass needs to be held accountable, Jack Campbell. And the Sangamon County DAs, even though I know for a fact there's no death penalty in Illinois. The death penalty has been abolished in Illinois for some time now. But his ass can get life in prison without parole. And that's what everybody watching this show, live or whenever you see it, Google Sangamon, Sagamon, Sangamon County, Illinois. Google the city of Springfield. Find out who the mayor is. Blow up the mayor's office. Blow up the Sangamon County DA's office. The Justice Department, they're looking into this execution for possible hate crime. Everything that this person, and I use that term loosely, because the video, the body camera doesn't lie. You can see and hear for yourself the lack of humanity, compassion, and empathy. Because Sonya Massey should still be alive. Sonya Massey should be getting ready to see her oldest son graduate from high school very soon. And then she's got a daughter, 15. In 2-3 years, it'll be graduating from high school, going to college. But Sonya Massey won't get a chance to see that. She won't get a chance to see her son or daughter get married, graduate from college. None of that. As a matter of fact, she won't even get to see her son or daughter go to prom and graduate from high school. We got to make sure we do everything to make sure that we get justice for Sonya Massey. Because this story is symbolic of what the forces of good against the forces of evil. The demonic, hateful, racist, misogynistic, sexist, bigoted, satanic energy of hate and bigotry and sexism, misogyny, all of it. All of that is part of the whole MAGA cult in Project 2025 that wants to take over this country. From the president to the federal government, we have full immunity. Part of Project 2025 says that if Orange Hitler gets back in office, he could just issue an executive order, an official act that declares that all law enforcement have full immunity. They can't be charged with a crime. They already have, like I said, qualified immunity. You can't sue them. You have to sue the city or the town or the county. That means that the taxpayers who paid the salary of Sean Grayson will now have to pay. So Sonya Massey's family, if her dad is still working, if her mom is working, family members, maybe, I don't know if she's got sisters or brothers, other family, Sonya Massey's family has to basically, some of their own money is going to be used to pay Sonya Massey's family. The taxpayers have to pay that money. Why should the taxpayers have to pay for an evil, hateful, demonic act of one man? The taxpayers, the people, the city of Springfield, Illinois, and of Sangamon County, they should not have to pay Sonya Massey's family, but she should get paid though. But unfortunately, because of qualified immunity, the only recourse Sonya Massey's family has is to sue the city, the police department, the county. And when Sonya Massey's family gets that financial settlement, some of the money for that financial settlement would have come from Sonya Massey's family themselves. Shout out to everybody watching me live. Once again, I want to thank everybody. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Don't forget, please, tell everybody you know my goal, a new goal, 1,000 new subscribers in the next 60 days. I'm a YouTube partner, but I want to go to that next level. I want to get that Club Shay Shay. I want to get that Shannon Sharp YouTube. Check that YouTube bag, and you can help me do it, and my company, Geno Media. So tell everybody you know to just go to YouTube, type in Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell it right there, and leave all your comments. Every episode, like, love, hate, I don't care, it doesn't matter. Whatever comments you got, whatever you want to say, whatever you got to say, leave your comments. Always when I'm on camera live, jump in the chat room and let me know what you got to say. Give me your opinion there. Monday through Friday, watch me live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe, share, screen grab. Rip some of the video, rip some of the monologue, make it go viral. Share it on whatever platform you got. Copy and paste the email or copy and paste the link to the show. Copy and paste the link to an email, or you can post it on your page. You can share it on your page, share it on all your friends, tag all your friends and family, your followers, to make it go viral. Put it on any and every platform out there. Chop up 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or the whole damn show. It's all good with me. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Yes, he is. That's my man. See him, check him out. He is a master. He is a master barber. Check out his magic, his work. CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. On IG, Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the drip director, as I like to call her, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, along with Mr. Bruce Gage. Check Allie Jones and the Lexi Jones collection out. LX.NCL_. LX.NCL_. NCL_. That little dash behind the last L. Bruce Gage, Miglio di Mario Uomo displays one of the Miglio Mario Uomo collection. It's Miglio di Mario Uomo. It's an Italian name. Migliodimario. Migliodimario. And Flyball the Sword, he is the official retailer for the Negro Baseball League gear, from ties and sweaters like varsity jacket style sweaters, other really nice sweaters, shirts, dresses for ladies, caps, and a whole lot more. Flyballthestore.com. It's that simple. FLYBALLTHESTORE. Thank you for watching me live, everybody. Please, next, don't forget to put your comments, leave your comments in the comments section. But if you're watching me live, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your opinion. Excited about Vice President Kamala Harris. As a matter of fact, shortly, President Biden is going to be addressing the nation. So I am going to sign off so I can listen to his speech live, and I want you to be able to do it. And we'll talk about all that tomorrow with the official legal expert for the Geno Jones Show, part of the Geno Jones family. Literally, Sean Mitchell will be my guest tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.